Hello everyone and welcome to OneClass. My name is Jeff Kraus and I have a PhD in physical chemistry or chemical physics. And today I'm going to run through a few undergraduate level, high school level physics questions. So here's our first one. So here we see So the question is, a certain orthodontist uses a wire brace to align a patient's crooked tooth, as in the figure. The tension in the wire is adjusted to have a magnitude of 18 newtons. So there's a vector diagram here, which also gives us an axis system. And our tensions are written like this, and it tells us that there's the angle in here is 14 degrees and 14 degrees. I'm just going to erase that. Okay, so it asks us to find the magnitude of the net force exerted by the wire on the crooked tooth. Okay, so our only forces acting right now are the tensions, and we'll want to find them in both the x and y direction. So I'm just going to expand these triangles out here. Right, so we've got y, x, and 14 degrees, and I don't know why I put y and x, especially on the wrong axes, so that would be tx and ty. Okay, so just using trigonometry, so that should be a right angle triangle there. Tx is going to be t cosine of 14 degrees, and ty is going to be t sine of 14 degrees. And I haven't put any signs on here, but we can do that with when we look at our force equation. So here we have F is going to be Fx x hat plus Fy y hat. Fx is going to be all the forces in the x direction. So that would be, we're going to get, I'm going to call that T1 and that T2. But T1 is equal to T and T2 is also equal to T. But just to differentiate them. So we're going to get T1, T1x plus T2x. T1x is just going to be, it's acting in the positive x direction, so it's going to be T cosine of 14 degrees, and T2x is acting in the negative, so it's going to be minus T cosine of 14 degrees. And so these two are just going to cancel, so it just equals 0. Now Fy, if we look here, they both act in the negative y direction. So it's going to equal T1y plus T2y, which is going to be minus T sine of 14 degrees minus T sine of 14 degrees which then equals minus 2t sine of 14 degrees, which plugging in some values here, t is 18 newtons. And so that's minus 8.71 newtons. Oh. Okay, and so it asks for the magnitude of the force. So our total force is just minus 8.71 newtons in the y-hat. But our magnitude of our force is the square root of this squared, which in this case, because there's no x, it basically just removes the sign. So 8.71 newtons. So our net force acts in the negative y direction, pulling the tooth in, while the magnitude of the force is just 8.71 newtons. Okay, let's look through the solution here. So net force in the x is 0, net force in the y is minus 8.71, so that looks good. And okay, it's missing the magnitude, but that's okay, so the solution is correct. Magnitude of force would be 8.71 newtons.